Author's point of view. Chatters of people laughing, tables filled with warmth and funny banters, spoons and plates clinking, the sound of photos getting clicked, a singing voice reaching everyone's ears, boosting their serotonin. Just how a wedding is supposed to be. Although two figures dwelled away by everything surrounding them, the beautiful melody didn't help him in any way to relax. The happiness around them didn't make them smile a bit. Stunned, one refused to meet the eyes with the other, and one wasn't talking the gaze off of them for a second. Ryan, I didn't have any idea that he would be here. I didn't know he and the bride were cousins. I'm so sorry. Her friend Leah gave an apologetic and guilty look to Ryan. She smiled and dismissed her. So back to square one, her friend convinced her to attend a wedding of her other friend and she didn't think of it much. She knew she had to get out of the rotting slum she was in. A change of environment was the plan. Not to encounter the person who was avoiding her, rejecting her calls, cutting her out of life almost. She was dying for 1 second with him, and now that she sees him, the only man she loved, the man she would give her life for, she couldn't for a second spew out a proper sentence. What's one supposed to do in this situation? Sat on the table was Ryan and the friend group and acquaintances. It looks too good to be an accident for them to meet like this. The table crew is awkward. The friends keep talking about random things, making funny jokes. Ryan kept fiddling with her food and occasionally taking a few bites, eyes not daring to stare away from her food. Everyone was done with their food. She was again stuck at her last bite of the food. It's happening again. Her inability to finish her food and never being able to get in that last weekend bite. Being anxious played a key role in the behavior of hers. She felt embarrassed as she always would, clutching her dress in her fist. Obviously, he saw that. The expression on her face gave it away instantly. Loving her for years makes it hard to ignore. After all, it was him who ate the last bite of her food. Whenever she felt like this, saving her from being embarrassed for no reason, easing her and helping her the most, in a way he would never even know. And now his jaw ticked. He saw her anxious state and his own feelings started betraying him. His anger or disappointment with her didn't matter at the moment. The way he knew it was more like a silent breakdown of hers, made him restless. Ryan wasn't stupid. She saw her friends and acquaintances sitting at the table, slowly sipping away. Intentionally, of course. Some excused themselves for bringing in more food, and some excused themselves for silly things she couldn't oppose. Even her friend disappeared somewhere. Leah, when I catch you, Leah, Ryan whispered under her breath. Her attention suddenly perked up when she saw Jungkook getting up to going somewhere. She panicked, not knowing what to do. It's now or never. She can't run away now. She was a little out of breath. He said he was going on a walk for fresh air, but his tall legs made it run for her. They were a little away from the venue now, in the garden where there weren't any people. The breeze frizzed her hair, made her cheeks flush with cold. Jungkook, she finally called, having enough of chasing him. He stopped in a millisecond at her voice, turning back and giving her the same blank look he has been giving her the whole event. She couldn't perceive if he was extremely mad or just sad, or maybe he's just done with her at this point. Give me a few seconds of your time, please, she pleaded with her almond shaped eyes, a little glint of water at the end of her brown eyeball. How could he ever deny her? They both silently walked at the park. She didn't know where to start or what to say. Slowly, it really came to her brain to even just leave. Because even though she's been preparing for what she wanted to say to him after their massive argument, she couldn't get a word out. Because she messed up big time, and it's not even about her or the argument. It's the fact that the things she said during the little banter of "you're not giving me enough time" as she presented to him, which leads to things she spilled that she obviously said in the heat of the moment. You're just like how your father said, Jungkook. You can't really give your everything into anything. He was right, and you're slowly becoming like him. A man who doesn't pay attention to his people. A man who strays away from everything and even the world. She hit him right where it would hurt the most. Given his relationship with his father wasn't doing well because of him choosing a struggling career as an author, and he was really isolated that week in a book he was writing that led her to say such things. She felt neglected, but on top of that, she was extremely worried. Instead of consoling him and making him understand to not work himself up to the point he's sick, her words hit the total opposite. They've never argued like this before. In the 3 years of being in a happy relationship, they were the it couple, the ones admired and envied the most. So it was a shocker for their friends that they weren't in contact for a month now. Jungkook was everything she could ask for. In return for her harsh words, he only answered with silence, a drop of tear that screamed betrayal and anguish. He stormed away from her house and didn't go back since. Didn't contact her either. It was to say something that cut him very deep and something that was unimaginable for him to hear from her mouth. Anger and wrath can make people do the things they don't want or mean to do. He needed some time to be off from the air of sorrow, or it would have suffocated him. And now they meet like this. Cookie, I really didn't mean to say all those things that day. All of those awful words I said. I didn't mean a single one of them. I know I hurt you deeply. I hit you where you're weak. I'm deeply sorry and regret every single syllable. You cut me off from everywhere, and that scared me. Beads of sweat damped her forehead, shaking hand trying to grab the edge of his vest. I don't want to lose you. The silence of yours is just crushing me. I want you to scream at me, tell me the pain I caused you the most, to fight me back and say how I was the worst that day. But this silence, I hate it. Please, don't cut me off your life like this. I love you so much, I can't bear it. I know you didn't mean it. I love and trust you the most in the entire world. I just couldn't grasp the fact that you, the closest and dearest to me, would say the words that would absolutely shatter me. I needed some time to cool off. I'm sorry I made you feel like this was the end of us. It wasn't. He pulled her closer, as gentle as a feather he sighs, brushing strands of hair off her face, tucking them behind her ear. I'm just this person who doesn't know how to deal with things properly, right? I shut myself in and run away from things, and like you said that day, it was true. I don't know how to give my all in anything. She shakes her head, attaching their foreheads. No, my words were completely wrong. You gave me immense love and everything I've ever wanted. You write out your heart every time. I was worried for you that day. Sometimes you dive into something too deep, you forget yourself. And I addressed that in the absolutely worst way possible. So I'm really sorry, love. Please forgive me. He took her hand, placed a fluttering kiss on the back of her palm. And forgive me for being like this, pushing you away, always. I suffered every moment away from you. My hands itched to reach out, but my own brain sabotaged me. My heart knew you still loved me, but my subconscious tried to convince me either way. I didn't need to feel like what you felt either. They smiled, little droplets of water fell on them, soothing their hearts more. It feels okay now, felt like a cool drop of rain after a really hot sun. Don't block away my means to reach out to you again. Anything that happens, you don't need to fix it. I'll fix it. Just let your arms and heart open for me, yeah? He nodded, sighing a breath of relief, and kissed the tip of her nose. They went back to the venue inside since it was raining pretty heavily now. They reached the table where their friends and accumulated. Somehow they all knew that it was all happy and nice again. This time, instead of the opposite, they sat beside each other. Tim offered cupcakes to them as they ate. He took a hand that lifted that last bite of food she struggled with and put it in his mouth, wiping his lips with a tissue and wiping the icing at the corner of her mouth with his thumb and licking it as the table members gave him the look. He gave a nonchalant shrug, pulling her closer by her waist and eating the cupcake, beating all the allegations of the introvert who will not show his feelings in public. The cheeks turned red as Leah and Tim chuckled.